system doesn't want humans to be aware. You know, the system wants to keep humans in the dark. So therefore, it can continue thriving and not just thriving and making money. Because if it's just all about thriving, trust me, they this whole this whole lies, will have been sorted out. But this is not just about this the system thriving, and because we are humans, we can always create solutions in order to thrive. But this is more about something deeper. It's all about money, because even these lies that are being covered up with all these things is giving people a lot of money. People are making legit money from these things, from the systems, from education, from the fake education, from the fake religion, from the fake you know people are literally making money from all these uh, systems. I don't want to I don't want to be too literal, because I don't want people coming after me. But the fakes, there are a lot of fakes. So so the system doesn't want us to be self-aware. They don't want us to be. The system doesn't want self-aware human beings, but the system wants our bots. People that are just walking through the world blind and just using what I got. Don't know what's going on. So that's what the system wants. So they can just keep baby booming. They just keep the system going and keep the whole program going. So they don't want people. They don't want the system doesn't want self-aware people. They don't. They don't want people to be self-aware of themselves, of their surroundings in general, immediate surroundings in general. They don't want people to be aware. Because now it not only does it spoil, the system, not only does it expose the system, it also has the potential threat of stopping, you know, you know, what they make, the money, the lies they make of the money they make of the lies, because a lot of money is being made here. A lot of money is being made in the journey to Mars and everywhere. A lot of money is being made here. You can't come and stop those money. You know, a lot of money is being made. You know, in the religious aspect, a lot of money is being made. A lot of people are going to Mecca. A lot of people are spending money buying gold teeth. A lot of people are giving tithes. A lot of people are doing this. The Pope is on the highest place. He's God. So there's a lot of uh, things that come with the lies that they don't want to stop. They just want to keep enjoying. You know, so that's why they don't want to stop it. They don't. That's why they don't. So if it's all about striving, like maybe I'm sure they might have stopped these whole lies, but it's the money and the recognition and the height also gives cannot stop. So it's like what the system doesn't want self-aware people. They just want people to be blind and just follow the structure. That's all we want you to do. Just don't ask questions. Just go along with it. Go fucking along. And if you don't go along with it in one way or the other, you're like a black sheep. You're like a black sheep. The system doesn't want that. The system doesn't want you. Even politics doesn't want you. Politics is like I say, it's a dirty game. It's just like imagine me saying education and religion. I haven't said politics. You know how dirty it is. It's also a dirty game. Dirty game. Media. The media is also a dirty game. Lies and lies just to turn people's head. So lies upon lies upon lies upon lies. So all just so to keep all this thing moving. I'm like, we can still do all these things just even without all these lies, right? It is very possible, for us to keep civilization alive and the structure alive, the shape, our shape, to keep our shape, away from the, people on the outside, and also used to protect us from the inside, so we can keep our shape, be real to each other, keep our, spirit alive, say the truth about our religion and our education. We can keep our shape while still knowing the world at large. We can do that. We can be real with people. We can be real with education. Education can be real. Can teach us the true history and ourselves, even though the history that we don't know. We have been taught the history that we know. Even though the history that we don't know, education can teach us. Education can teach us the history that we don't know. Just let them tell us that hey, we don't know this stuff. We don't know it. We don't know when. We don't know when the Big Bang happened. We don't know nothing, but we can estimate how far back, but we don't know. But we sure it's we don't know. We really don't know, to be honest. To be honest, we can't even estimate. No matter how far we estimate it back, we can't really know. You know when this all really happened. We can Nobody knows. So if we've been taught the true history about ourselves, about humans, about about ourselves, basically, being taught the truth and not all these lies, that has been sprouted around, the world can really, we can do it. The world can really, become a better place in a way. We can still keep our shape and everything, even by being real with ourselves. Because I always thought about this, right? Like, one day I'm gonna die, right? I don't like talking about death, because I'm gonna live old and I'm gonna get old and stuff. Yeah. But one day I'm gonna die and I'm gonna come into this world again. But I want to be born into a world where, right, where the truth is already being out there. Imagine you being born again into this world and coming back into the world again. You have to like learn everything you learned all over again because you don't want to you don't want to be in the dark. I'm not the type of spirit that want to be in the dark. My next like I want to know everything I know now. I don't want to be in the dark. So that thing that you have to do it all over again, it's just so crazy even when you come. And but if you have a good system that's supposed to, it gives you something. Even it gives you education, true religion, true politics. It teaches you the truth, and even when you come back again, you get to learn the truth, for real. So you don't get to learn everything all by yourself or get lucky by learning it. Maybe someone told you, or whatever. This is rooted education, rooted true religion, rooted politics. And when I say true religion, I'm even saying back even before religion started. You know, you know, true religion, which is freedom, true politics, true family, what all these things mean, like we need to be taught what all these things mean. As an animal, you need to know that, the marriage in itself is something that we created as humans. Humans created it, Humans created it. The animals don't get married. You see animals flying together, yeah, yeah, but they don't get married. They don't tie the knots. They don't do all these things. These are things that we humans started. But even though we didn't have to do it, we didn't have to do all these things. Like I've always said, two matured female and men can give birth to a child even without having to get married. They can just say, hey, we like each other, the sex is good and everything. Let's have a kid. They don't need to share whatever. They don't need to do all those gum things. They don't need to gum and then need to draw. They can just be real people and just to bring a child up maturely. I've always thought about this, like why can't it just be like that? Why must you get married? Why there must be this? Why there must be this party, this officiality? It's just so crazy. And this is the way people think right now. This is people's mindsets right now. So you can assume why people are really fucked up, and people don't even want to assume that they are fucked up. People don't even want to like believe that they are fucked up. They just want to go on with this craze. I don't want. So that's what I said. Like I said, the system doesn't want us to be self-aware. They just want us to go with this craze, with this stupidity. so, so I just if there was a good system, right? If there was a good system out here, I wouldn't need to like be like, oh, my next life, I know that it is settled because you know you're being taught the right things, you're being taught the right education, you're being taught the right things, you're being put on the right mindset, and it's happening all over the world, not just in one place or some particular people. It's happening everywhere. Because of that, people can be on, at least on the same level. Because right now it's like some people are bigger than some people, better than some people, because of that knowledge, that difference in knowledge. But if there is a same knowledge in everybody, and everybody knows what is going on, then yeah, then now we've got you know we've got a place. Now we don't have to like be so trying to protect ourselves. Now we don't have to be so wary of everybody. Now we don't have to be so you know so like a vigilant all the time, because even though we still gotta be vigilant as humans, but now we know that okay, you know there is some kind of change in the air. So we can adapt to that. For now, things are not equal. People are not equal, literally. because of all these things that people don't know, because of all these things that people got themselves into, all these things that they are not aware of, and all these things is using these people. They are not using these things. They are not saying no to these things. Some things you need to just say no to it, and just live your life the way you want it. And just live your life the way you want it. It's just as simple as that. Things are not as big as it is big, but things are not as big as it is. It is very big, but things are not as big as it is. The structure can't be as big as you. No matter how big any structure is, you are just as big. So you need to give yourself a lot. We have to give ourselves a lot of awareness, a lot of respect. It is very very needed in this world that we are right now, and people are not even giving themselves a lot of respect. You know, people are giving a lot of things much respect before they even give themselves respect. So it's a lot of things to say, a lot of places to touch. People respect religion, people respect education, people respect politics, people respect um marriage and so on. People respect all these things, giving birth, but people don't respect themselves. If you're not thinking of religion, people don't give you too much respect. If you're not being the educational type, even though you are self-educated, people won't give you much respect. If you're not really religious, like I said, political, people won't give you too much. Respect is like this guy is not, this person is not political, doesn't know what. People won't give you too much respect. If you're not thinking of marriage or having children, people won't give you too much respect. They'll say you're old, this that. No, it's you being aware of all these systems and don't fall into the traps. You know, and don't fall into the traps anymore. It's when a dream is no longer your dream, but you are the dream, you are the working dream. When your dream is when a dream come true, it's like it doesn't come true, it's like you're living the dream. A dream doesn't just come true, you're living it. It's alive. No matter what it is, the dream is living, so it doesn't feel like a dream come true. It's like I wanted to be here and I'm here. I'm so happy that I'm here. Oh, okay, it's like a dream come true. So it can't be like a dream come true. But it won't be like, oh, a dream come true. It's just like it's something that you feel, that you go with. Like, you know, ah, it's just so normal. Like the delivery won't feel like a dream. For instance, when you're always meant to be somewhere, when you're there, you don't doesn't feel like a dream. You just know that you're always meant to be there. So it doesn't feel too much. So for you, too much for you to handle. So that's just where I'm coming from in all these aspects. So we can keep our shape and our you know our way of life even by still being real with each other. That's what I'm saying. The world doesn't want self-aware beings. The world doesn't. The world doesn't want beings that are self-aware.